Have you ever tried pulling your Microsoft Ads data into Google Sheets? Then you've probably hit one or more of these walls. Manual CSV exports that quickly go stale, add-ons that only support the top-level metrics and still charge you even for basic connectivity features, or all-in-one SaaS tools that cost you per connector, per user, per report, and still do not let you customize what fields to import or when. And sure, you could write a custom app script using Bing Ads API, but that means parsing XML, handling authorization thing, rare limits, pagination, error logs, and good luck explaining that to your marketing team when something breaks. That's exactly why we built this, 100% free, open source Microsoft Ads to Google Sheets connector that lives inside your spreadsheet. It's fully yours, no vendor lock-in, no recurring fees, no black box logic. Whether you are a data analyst, part of a BI team, or just tired of debugging messy connectors, this one is for you. Hey there, my name is Yevgen. You are at our OWOX YouTube channel where we speak all things to make the life of data analysts easier, marketers get their reports faster to bring more money to the business, and basically help businesses build analytic systems that they deserve. Today, I will walk you through how to collect Microsoft x Bing Ads data directly into Google Sheets automatically, reliably, and with full control over what fields you pull, how often it refreshes, and where the data lands. If you've seen our Facebook or TikTok ads connector before, this works exactly the same way. And if not, you are in the right place to start. Before we jump in, do me 3 quick favors. 1. Subscribe to this channel and hit the bell if you want more no-code data tools just like this one. Number 2. Star our GitHub repo so we know this was useful, so you can find it later. I'll leave a link in the description. And 3. Like this video, it helps the right people find these amazing solutions. So with this being said, let's dive right in. You may reasonably ask, why are we making this available for free? It's because for us at OWOX, data ownership matters, because reporting should be fast, reliable, and under control, and because too many tools overcharge for something that should be accessible to everyone across the team for better decisions. We wanted to build something different. And hint, we did. We want data connectivity and ownership to stop being a bottleneck for reporting. With our connectors library, everything runs in your environment. You own the data, you control the schema, you choose the metrics to load and schedule updates right from inside Google Sheets. It's built in JavaScript, and you can read or edit every line of code. And yes, this one is free forever. And Node.js edition we're working on is going to be available via npm install from GitHub into your infrastructure shortly, so stay tuned. With this being said, let me show you exactly how this connector works. Let's get started. So step number 1, you need the template. Go to our GitHub, select the relevant template, and create a copy by selecting File, Make a Copy. That way, it's saved to your own Google Drive and fully editable. It's fully free from marketing things like email collection, so you can just go and do that on GitHub. But if you also want the instructions to be sent by email, you can download this template using the link below in the description. I will ask you for the email just to send you the instruction. I promise not to sell you anything. Great, you've copied the document. Now let's configure the connector so it knows exactly what to fetch and from where. First, go to the config sheet. Start by setting the start date for your import. This tells the script when to begin pulling data from. Just note, pulling a huge date range might cause issues due to the API limits, so I'll just put something recent, like June 1, 2025. Next, end date. It's optional, but I would still add the end of June here. Next, locate the account ID and customer ID. Basically, you can log into ads.microsoft.com and you will find both the account ID and customer ID in the browser's address bar. Paste these values into the corresponding fields in the config sheet. Then we will jump to the fields sheet. This is where you select the metrics, breakdowns, and dimensions you care about, like campaign name, cost, impressions, clicks. Just check the boxes. Some fields might already be pre-selected by default to get you started, but you are free to customize them however you want. And if you want to pull more, there are optional fields available here as well. Just stay in the Fields tab and check the boxes for any additional dimensions or metrics you need for your reports. Now let's choose the aggregation level. In the config sheet, use the drop-down to choose how your data should be aggregated. For example, daily or weekly. I'll go with daily. Next, let's define the reporting time zone. Pick the correct time zone for how your reporting dates should align. By default, the data will be imported into the current spreadsheet, but you are free to add the link to the destination spreadsheet. Just don't forget to mention both the document link and the sheet link. So max fetching days is the maximum number of dates for which the connector would import the data. I try to keep that to 30. From the optional fields, which is the re-import lookback window, I set it to 2, and that's the number of days before the most recent import date to refetch data. That's it for the config. You are now ready to authenticate and run the import. That's it. All your config is done, and you are fully in control of what's going to be fetched and where it ends up. Now, let's connect the dots. To pull data from your Microsoft Ads account, you need to authorize access. To authorize the connector to access your data, you will need to generate the following credentials: developer token, client ID, client secret, and the refresh token. I know that sounds like it's a lot, but that's actually easy. Let's break down how to do it step by step. So, as you imagine from an open source project, our instruction might change from time to time. The most relevant edition of it is always available on our GitHub. So just select the ad platform like Bing Ads, go to the README, and find the credentials guide. Here it is, to hear exactly what we are going to do here. So first, if you haven't yet done so, you need to register an app in Microsoft Azure. In the Azure portal, go to the search bar and find App Registration Service. Click New Registration and fill out the form. The name, I'll put something like OWOX Connector. Supported account types. Well, basically we need to select accounts in any organizational directory. Any Microsoft Entra ID tenant, multi-tenant, and personal Microsoft accounts. It's number 3. The redirect URI is optional, but basically we need to have it. So we'll select the web platform here and type something like localhost 8080 inside. Let's go back to our instruction and see what's next here. So now we need to generate client credentials. In your registered app, go to Client Credentials, add a certificate or secret on the right corner. Click New Client Secret. Provide a description, like, for example, Client Secret for OWOX Connectors app. Choose the maximum expiration period, which I recommend putting it like 730 days. And Microsoft it's great here that the tokens really live almost forever. It's very important here to copy and securely save the client secret value, because you won't be able to see it again later and you will need to go generate a new one and go through the following process again and again. So at this point we have the client ID, the client secret, and the redirect URI. So the next step, we need to get your developer token. In the Bing Ads interface, go to Settings, Developer Settings. Click Request Token and copy the generated developer token. Now we need to generate an authorization code. Great. So first we need to create a URL by replacing the client ID with your client ID, just like this one. Again, that's why I'm going into GitHub, because I need to share some kind of URLs with you to make something. So you basically grab this URL, go to this client ID and replace it with exactly your client ID. Then you open this URL in your browser. You log in and authorize the app by clicking Accept. And after authorization, you will be redirected to the local host 8080, exactly the redirect URI you've mentioned before. And you will get the code at the end of the URL. So basically, you need to copy the code value from the URL. Just like this one, if your redirect URL looks like this, then the code is everything starts from M and ends with B. And last step, we need to exchange the authorization code for a refresh token. So basically, we need to make a GET request in any of the tool like Postman or any other. Here's the URL we need to send the request to. And we need to add the following parameters here, as form data or in the body of the request, just exactly as it's shown here. So you need to add the client ID and place your client ID. You need to add the client secret and paste your client secret. You need to add the grant type with the value of authorization underscore code. And then you basically need that authorization code right here in the next field with the word code. That's exactly the one we've been just getting from the URL. Then we need to specify the redirect URI, which is the local host 8080. And then we need to add the scope exactly as it's specified here. And after a successful request, you will receive a refresh token in the response. So basically store it securely, and this token will be used to authenticate all of the API requests. Finally, let's add all of those details into your template. So basically, go back to your template, click OWOX, Manage Credentials. We need to authorize the app script. We need to select all of the details here and click Continue. And now everything you have to do is basically to add those 4 fields here: the developer token, the client ID, the client secret, and the refresh token that you've just got from making the GET request to the specified Microsoft URL. That's it. When you add all of those details, don't forget to click Save, so your access credentials will be stored inside your Google document, inside this spreadsheet. Not on our end, not on any other SaaS platform end. It's gonna be 100% yours. Finally, let's add all of those details into your template. Open your template, click OWOX and select Manage Credentials in the menu. Enter the developer token, client ID, client secret, and the refresh token. And don't forget to click Save. Once your credentials are saved, it's time to run the import and load the data straight into Google Sheets. In your template, go to OWOX, Import New Data. The script will now fetch the selected data from the config sheet and stream it directly into the Google Sheet, or another one if you specify that separately. You will see a real-time progress log appear in the bottom and the data flowing into your Google Sheets. Each section of fields you selected, for example, campaign level data or ad level metrics, will be written onto a separate sheet or tab within this document, following a clear naming conventions. When it finishes, you will see a message saying Import finished. And that's it. Your ads data is now stored in Google Sheets. Now that everything is working, let's set up a daily refresh so your Microsoft Ads data is always up to date. Here is how you do it. In your Google Sheet, go to Extensions, App Script, Triggers. Then click Add Trigger. Let's set it up. Choose which function to run, import new data. Choose which deployment should run, head. Select event source, time-driven. Select type of time-based triggers, for example, day timer. Select time of day, pick your preferred time window. I'll go with 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day, and that's it. Click Save. Don't forget to make a new deployment. And don't worry, if anything goes wrong, AppScript will send you an email with the error log. Now your connector will run every day automatically, loading new data from the platform API into your infrastructure, Google Sheets or BigQuery, without you lifting a finger. Alright, so your Bing Ads data is now flowing directly into Google Sheets. So, what can you actually do with it? Well, do you want a performance summary, a detailed campaign breakdown? It's all in your spreadsheet, ready for pivot tables, charts, or formulas like VLOOKUP or query or anything else you love. Or, if you simply want to do that faster, our free Google Sheets, Pivots, and Charts extension also lets you turn raw data into dashboards in seconds. Just select your sheets, pick the fields you need inside your charts, and get ready to use charts with no extra setup and no additional tools. All lives inside your Google Sheet. Oh, and yes, it all updates automatically when new data flows in. Option number 3. If your team prefers dashboards in Looker Studio or Power BI, just use this spreadsheet as a data source in Looker Studio. You get live dashboards synced directly from your ads platform via this connector stored in Google Sheets. Next, want to build a cross-channel report? We already have free connectors for Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, X, Twitter, Reddit ads, Microsoft Bing ads, TikTok ads, and much more. All of them can send data into another Google Sheet so you can then blend them together here or get a full picture of your ad performance across platforms. Or you can use our connectors to BigQuery and blend your data as a pro there with SQL. And finally, if you're running international campaigns from multiple accounts, you can normalize spend across different currencies using our Open Exchange Rates connector. That one is also free and already live. Now, you own everything. You own the spreadsheet, you own the schema, you own the output. It's the document that you own. No hidden fees, no vendor lock-in, no premium tier needed to unlock anything inside it. And if something is missing, you can customize the AppScript code inside, or even better, contribute to the open source repo and help improve the connector for the entire community. So, what's next? First, grab the free connector on GitHub. The link is in the description. Second, give it a star on GitHub. It helps us know that this is useful and motivates us to keep building those connectors. Third, if you had any issues or want to request a new connector, head to Discussions or Issues tab on GitHub. Our team checks those every day. Then, subscribe to this YouTube channel and enable notifications so you don't miss the next tutorials for our free connectors and the orchestration platform release. We'll call it OWOX Datamart Community Edition, and yes, that one is going to be free as well. And finally, if you're feeling ambitious and want to create your own connector, check out our Contributors Guide. We'll feature your work, give you a backlink, showcase your story if you want, and we'll help you promote it. That's it. No vendor lock, no paywalls, no mysteries. Just you and your connector in your spreadsheet, in full control over your data connectivity. Thanks for watching this video, and if this saved you time or money or both, just drop a comment and let me know. I'm Yevgen from OWOX, and I've got more tutorials coming soon, so stay data curious, and as always, happy analyzing!